Watch out now. Up in the place like whoa. Girl, they have money enough like whoa. Raise the bar like I bro. I'm stepping at the place, them say whoa. Big love, we outside. Mashing up the girl, them love life.
Yeah, this is your host, English, otherwise known as Daddy English. Welcome to the Two Faces of Music, where we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of the industry. On our program today, our guest is no other than Big La from Big La Productions. Yeah? Mr. Big La, welcome. Yes man, welcome. Good to have you. So Big La, fans out there want to know, who is Big La? How do you come by the name itself, Big La?
First and foremost, I'm a music producer, and early out in the music I started with a label called Jester. But then me and Charlie like a bar, me and Charlie like DJ Diamond, DNA. So me, DNA and Diamond had one label called Jester. But then every man everybody good, but we decided to one separate labels.
Okay.
DNA followed up with field label, Diamond followed up with field label, and then from the day Charlie meeting, Charlie Black. Man, we like a Big La. Big in a size, body, white. Big in a body.
As the fans can see.
Yeah. I love laugh, jovial. So
Yeah.
Charlie, I said, Big La. But I'm not because of Big La. I don't need it.
Okay, and I can see it's working.
Yes,
It's working for you.
most definitely.
Okay, so how long have you been in the music industry?
Professionally, I would say from about 2011, 2012.
So that's you would say that for you that's a good amount of experience and time you have spent in the music industry so far. Right? Okay. What role do you play in the business of music?
Producing music production.
Music production.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so what artists and tell me some of the artists and the songs that you have out there.
Well, I've worked with artists like from Black then, work with like Elephant Man, Forward Up, Chino, them, Charlie Black, to like now, Exclusive, Conscience, Chronicler, Javelin.
You have worked with some very
version, DJ Liquid.
You have worked with some very big names in the music industry.
Yeah.
Great. So I guess going forward you're looking to work with bigger names, international. Okay, that's cool. So tell me something. What are some of the negatives of face in the music industry?
I mean, for me, everything comes with challenge. So I mean, I really dwell upon the negatives. I just try to do it to the best of my ability to make it better.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be able. I don't know what's about the negative. I don't dwell upon it.
Okay, that was good. So going forward, what keeps you going? What keeps you going in the industry? What really excites you so much about it that you keep going, no matter how things are?
I guess it's just the love for the music, because let me tell you a story. I don't have a background with I don't have a musical background. I don't have the family who used to do music or none of that. But from a young guys, like, just love music. I never really know. I didn't know about music in details or in depth, so I never know you have mixing engineer or I never know say song of a mix. I mean, from a tender age. You just hear music and know say people can do artists and things. I never know about engineering, I just know about artists and things. So, coming up here, so pull down on my mother radio when she got out of work. The part of the CD going up, put it metal like when I was 5-6 years old. me I pull up the radio and try to reach it. When the thing go into the CD player, me pull up the radio, try to reach when we can see the CD, the same because that's scratch.
Ah.
When we get here and try to scratch like turn there, it really has scratch it up now play, you understand? So yeah, we never really know what to do, and then you know, as time goes by, we go high school and link up with Sean Kingston and a whole heap of people, and everything will start from there, and then link up with Charlie and that. Yeah, the end rate and everybody.
Okay. So, do you think dancehall is where it should be now?
No.
Why you say that?
I mean, where sales are concerned and like streaming and stuff like that, with the population of the world, I don't think dancehall is it for it. I think, personally for me, I don't think, I think because of how we as a people treat dancehall, it lead like the international bodies to treat it based off of how we deal with it. So we deal with it like a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So them now go deal with it like a business when they're dealing with us, or they give us what they want to give us, or whatever. Not because of, but because we don't put any standard on the music, basically.
So is it that you're saying that we don't understand the business?
I think the major issue in dancehall right now, or reggae, is the business aspect. Not necessarily the production, but the business aspect. Yeah.
And have you faced any persons with a certain amount of negativity on your journey in music? You know, a certain amount of ego when it comes down to networking? Have you faced people of that kind of character?
Yeah, I meet people like that, but we just work with who I work with me and who my enemy. So artists could have had till him about down the place. That don't really matter to me. If my energy and your energy not work, we just leave you alone, do what you want. So I come across people like that, but them don't really affect me. You understand? Yeah.
And in this time we're in a pandemic. How has this pandemic affected you?
I mean, pertaining to like shows and stuff like that, and it kind of limit me as a producer. Whereas in like for promotion wise and stuff like that, you can only promote so much and no more. Because you can only depend on radio and social media now. Normally, you know, you're going to show artists, I'm drop a juggling artists, maybe I do show and I sing the song them, or boom boom them, or rooksy them, and authorize them, the industry party them, and I play anything them that can't really go on, everything them on social media now, which you still not feel real dancehall authentic energy, isn't it? So projects with a lot of potential, I get hold back because of that, because even last year, the song that was played in Black Crowd just now, that was one of the most played dancehall on radio, and it had the potential to do very well. It did very well, but it still had the potential.
Yeah, further.
Yeah, but I mean, because events not keeping and stuff like that, so yeah.
So I guess it's affecting you just like how it affects the artist himself.
Yeah, but in every situation, as I said, I always try to look at the positive and not the negative. So we just try to adjust how we can adjust to make it work in the meantime till we go back to normal.
Tell me something. In terms of a young producer that's going into business, what advice would you have for a young producer going into business?
First thing, they have to love it. Second thing, music is a very jealous thing. You know? So you can't do music today and not do it tomorrow and not do it the day after. So, for example, for me, sacrifices that I made were sacrifices like me never do a 9 to 5 in my life, but and everybody can't do that. Some people have to do them with a 9 to 5 to survive. But luckily, I was maybe in a better situation or whatever. So I dedicate all of my time to music. Now, coming up, as a young producer, young artist, young whatever, young entertainer, it might take a while before you start seeing income for the music. So you have to love it and the drive, the amount of cussing you get from all my mother and everything there. When me and forward up in our meal like high school, I tell my mother, say, "Mama, go eat no man." Mother say, "Go eat no man." Go and come see, go do this and go you here. And me say, me kind of stubborn still, so me say, "Me come see." Me go because me have to go, but I don't know a classroom look like up there. So eventually, she stopped sending me. So we never really go no further this song. And then we just dedicated to the music. As I said, Charlie Black give me the real run still. So me and Dean Ray, we used to pack up a little portable studio and go to Charlie Black house. That's how it really started. Different from we used to buy some young artists and stuff like that and try to reach out to DJs. But how it really started was we used to pack up a portable studio and go to Charlie Black house at Trelawney go do dub plate film. And we have a little rhythm and release and Diamond and give me the strength and say him have to do the production so far. One team and Charlie start Vice Fui and start. After in Vice Fui and we release the thing them and them start play on radio and thing. We start the road with Charlie now, so I became Charlie road manager at one point.
Okay, I
so
see.
We moved to Kingston go live. Me, Zaga, Henry and Charlie Black moved to Kingston go live for the first time now and I get familiar with the streets and stuff like that. You understand? So, I mean, and them time they would not earn nothing. Charlie would have been the big artist right here. So, he would have been the only one with that income, really. We just do it for the love. So, when we in the streets all day and go bathe and go on the road all night, I get no sleep, maybe 1 hour sleep. I just love keep it going. I know. Really, the hype are. Because the hype I go wear off sometimes and whatever, so you have to really love it. But you have to get fed up if you don't have an income and stuff like that. Because, yeah.
And you mentioned something about going to Kingston. Would you say that a producer and an artist that is trying to get into the business from rural Jamaica, would you say that they have to go to the headquarters of music?
No, they don't have to go. They don't have to go. But the thing is, you can make it from anywhere. But as you said, Kingston will be like the headquarters. Kingston are where most of the events keep, like the weekly events were really bust song. We don't talk about party where people go to really enjoy themselves. Them event, event where even the artists then go just feel like get the streets familiar with the music and stuff like that. So them thing there. A weekly thing at Kingston. Most artists live at Kingston. Most of the big recording studios are in Kingston and stuff like that. So you would have come like the factory. So naturally you want to keep close to the factory. But you can still do it because we live a country now. We live in Kingston after, but we live a country. I live in Oterius. So.
But you would say you went to Kingston and did a foundation?
Kingston never necessarily make it no better for me. Me have to forward like a country when we go to town.
Oh, I see.
Because them time there, me I travel with my little life a country and we got a town and everything shadowy. All Charlie where we are as big artists, when we are town and stepping at the party with all and see Bounty Killer them and Beanie them as general night party and Junior gang them sometime and so everybody in the streets. You're really like you have to in the dance hall away there and fight for even get your thing clear. So you have to go road at daytime and night time so you have to promote your thing. And when you got the party, a wedding and them place there, or a boom boom them show, or rooks them. It take a time before them even start playing your thing because the whole heap of artists are linked them. So in order for them even acknowledge you, you have to kind of pay some kind of dues. So when we go, we just get familiar with the streets. Them not even really pay with no mind like that, but because they're not familiar with it. But no, like a different thing, you see me? But I guess it comes over a period of time. Yeah. Okay. So paying your dues is very important. So don't try to cheat the game. They have some young talents now where them forward about and it's like they might try to cheat the game in every way and don't make ego. Ego is the main thing to mash up the music, our music. So a man can link you and say, yo, or you not willing to link a man because you say your ego and everything. Like, that time I should go in. Remember when you look internationally, you know, Drake and Meek Mill no deal, but in at the time when them a beef, you will still see them have a collab because of the business of the music. Nicki Minaj and what's your name, Cardi B, same procedure. So this when last year we are juggling in a dancehall way. Every artist or big artist from Jamaica, I should say,
is on that one.
and the one juggling. Popcorn, Movado, Alkaline, Massacre, Governor, Ayatine, Conscience.
Nobody left out.
Them listen, then I'm going again, and that's why music not nice. Remember one time when juggling a release, you know? You have a juggling that 3 dozen songs on it, and the 3 dozen songs they had.
And now it's
Steve, Dan Carleon, them, even ZJ Liquid produce some big rhythm like that too. And so holy father producer. You see me? Them thing they not going to get. That's why music kinda the culture not really. So if you realize even when college them father Jamaica, them draw like for the people, them the artists them way. Did I do it that way to them time. A few nights ago I watch one performance with how Bounty Killer want follow there when him and Cartel must be kind of attitude. I mean, I watch Bounty perform. I mean, I say, music really miss them thing. Because the youth, them a find two songs now where me would even really call it say a hit. But them a warm up the place and they maybe hit a yard and them thing and make you feel good and things sing, right? But when you go on stage show now in the country road and you go watch them perform, it come like a joke for them.
So
when you compare to when you watch a Bounty Killer perform. So it's a whole energy we give that vibe there and even make the music. That's why people acknowledge Bounty and Beanie and Capital and Sizzler them so much. So yeah, them come with a whole package. They not just have a song and can't perform or whatever. It's a whole
you don't refer to them as entertainers.
Yeah.
While some you probably refer to as just an artist, just a DJ.
They're not going to bring them nobody thing, you know. Everybody do them thing and the young youth them are going good.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to bring them down or try to talk down because I'm a young producer too. But the thing is, I feel like them put more effort in the music. Everybody now can say them at an artist and have a little studio at them yard and the thing them now mix good or them go in a studio and advise everything half key engineer if you use Melodyne and try fix it and then they release and they might go connect because of the young fan base them and the young people them there. But when you pay your money to go and show what them now, you're disappointed a lot of the times. And that remember you know, stage show and dance and dancehall parties, events is a big part of that is dancehall. You understand? So if you can go and see the artists in a real life and do the right thing, it don't make no sense. It come like a joke. If they just go and listen on YouTube. You see me?
Well, with that said though, a part of this conversation, you mentioned a certain amount of producers. Is there any producers in the business that you look up to? And if so, who inspires you as a producer?
You know, so me personally, Dan Carleon I look up to. Dan Carleon, because I might produce them trap thing here where I go on now and so because we kinda stay in the mix too. But for example, my favorite production from me is a rhythm called True Words rhythm. True Words, yeah, I think so with Progress Memory and them kind of beat and money on it and them songs. You understand? And them music, them me love.
That was a good production.
Yeah, not necessarily be reggae, but more conscious kind of vibe. You see me? So, yeah, that's the thing there.
So, do you produce mostly tracks with dancehall flavor, or do you also produce lots of tracks with reggae flavor?
Mixture, yeah. I have like I have a few singles like reggae right now unreleased. I have one of the crossover trap dancehall kind of rhythm that we have. Yeah. And yeah, so it's a mixture. But my favorite kind of music are reggae or just the pop kind of crossover flavor, Jamaican style. Not necessarily the trap business. You see me?
Alright, so in this time of the pandemic, a lot of artists have taken time out to they themselves learn more about the business side of the music. As a producer, do you, in this time, have you changed anything about your approach, about the way you put out productions, you know, about how you do marketing? Is there the thing that you've done different in this time?
Well, personally, I'm always learning, right? So I've learned a lot of things on the way and I'm still learning. But me believe say, while me I learn, I not try to do everything myself. That's one of the next thing too with dancehall. You're an artist, you try to be the video director for your song, you try to be the engineer who mix your song, you try to be the publisher, the PR, the booking agent, the everything. So you not get enough time to focus on your craft. I feel like as an artist, you have to focus on writing songs and making good music. And then you have, even if you can't have a team, but just have some people in your corner where you try to do other things here. You don't try to do everything because you try to be selfish or whatever the case may be. Because that I try to take away from the main craft or the main talent. You see me? So as a producer, I learn as I go along, but I not try to do everything myself. So I have people who do everything we need to be done basically, if you understand, yeah.
Alright, what would you say is your most successful time so far in the business?
Production wise or like production wise?
Production wise.
The last project I released was already called Chop Chop Rhythm. Last year summer with like version exclusive ZJ Liquid. It's a G Conscience, Kemara, and Idol, Chichi. A few other artists. I Octane. Yeah, and a few other artists, yeah. That was the last project and that did well. Yeah.
Now tell me, what would you say is your worst time in this journey?
Worst time? Well, we couldn't tell her enough. We couldn't tell her because, as we say, everything has its ups and downs, but I really when we focus on, I'm not focus on the worst, focus on the best and the good. So we can't even tell you like if something bad happen, it don't necessarily mean say I'm a worst time. I just get up and go again and be different. So I not even really sit down and think about what the worst thing ever happened to me on the journey or something. You see me? The hardest part of the journey for me was to get people to recognize me. So that's why earlier I said to you, I tell the young youth, say, don't try to cheat the game, just try to pay your dues and gradually grow. Because me did 14 and never understand that, so me feel like my first production, the release already man thing and send it out and I not even hear one radio DJ that play me thing and them thing there. That wasn't the case with my first production still. I was actually one of the luckier ones. But me know them things they happen. Them things enough to make you give up or make you do some weird things to try reach quick or try size up the people where anybody else here go and put them pay them dues. You see me? So even sometimes when you do things like work wise, you don't feel like it get nowhere or get you nowhere. It's by your resume. So if me even drop a rhythm, I'm on it. And you know go where me did feel like me want it to go or whatever. It's still gone from resume. Maybe an artist depending on me never work with it or something, but it's gone in my catalog. You understand? And it might not hit here so sometime. But if it even touch one soul somewhere in the world, me if it done to that, you see me? Yeah.
Alright. As I mentioned, artists who might not have worked with yet. Who are some of the artists that you want to work with? That you would probably see yourself working with in the future?
So my artists I want to see myself working with. Popcorn most definitely. Governor. Yeah. And like international, you know. I mean, I'm a very open-minded person, you know. I don't really follow up the bugger banker and where go on in the business. Some people, me just would have never work without that principle based upon and energy also. I don't really judge people, but if me see a person and me not feel like with energy match, me never try to force that. If me can see you as a public figure, where everybody out in the spotlight as public figure. If I watch you and based upon your behavior as a public figure, I don't really think of my energy that I don't think you have a morals or a certain standard because I say, yo, me I go love you and you know the on the agenda. But other than that, anybody,
No limits.
No limits, and we not try to separate. We have to separate. We are trying to murder and everything better. You see me?
Any new and upcoming project?
Yeah, I have a few things in the pipeline. Now and then, I think I'm gonna start put like an album or EP together. I think a full time I do something like that. Different from that, I have a job in a line up with few names. I'm not really calling them. I have more than one job list, but yeah, I think this is going to be. We just have to wait till the drop in the year.
Alright, we're looking forward to that.
So we have like a trap dancehall crossover one, and then we have a smoother thing, more my style of it that I explained earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
We have a team when we work with, so you always advise them on this that you see, you understand? Liquid version, Zaga exclusive, Mr. G them, and the big up with the legend, you know. Yeah, so what you might think of that.
Yeah. Okay, with our legendary promotions. Yeah, man. So, tell me, what would you say so far your main contribution to the music industry so far?
My main contribution? No matter what I do, make sure we release quality projects or products and keep the music to a certain standard. So we just go and do it the right way when we feel like it to do, and not really try to run down the hype or race the music or rush the music. So you're not going to hear me drop something good today and something messed up tomorrow. No mix, good or whatever the case may be. Good production and maintain the quality and the standard of the music. Yeah.
Alright, so Big Love, in 10 years time, where do you see yourself?
I do music, only bigger and better. Yeah, bigger and better. I can't tell you exactly where, but still learning, still improving. Once God's spare life.
Do you see yourself in the future as a Grammy?
Of course, man. Quick, man. Yes, man.
So
definitely.
So you would.
I feel like every producer has his work towards that. Yeah.
And before we even go to the last question, if not music, what else? Music.
Yeah.
Straight.
Music.
Not change.
Music.
Alright,
I remember I know me I do it for the love.
Yeah.
Not for the everybody need money so that we maintain me. But the love are the first thing. You see me? Yeah, so music. Maybe not. I recently took on some different things like being at the video thing now. So yeah, with the music, video director and thing, we got King Camp. So even if you say, alright, I don't feel like, what could I ever happen to make me stop produce music. You understand what I say? But if me feel ever stop produce music, I still have to do something in music. Whether shoot music, video, I don't think I go turn a DJ, but something music.
And is King Cam the name of your...
King Cam is the video director. So
Okay.
it's like a team. I have a video team and stuff like that. So he's the person. That's his brand. But I'm actually managing. So yeah.
And when this is all over, what's the mark do you really want to leave on music, nationally and globally?
I just want to be remembered, you know. If we contribute, even just good music and stuff like that. I don't have to get rich or whatever, just leave a legacy where people, say, big laugh, big compute in the industry. You understand what I say? My name stand out in the industry. Just leave a mark. If you're a farmer, you want to be dead, you must say, people remember you as a farmer. So, I'm a producer, I'm a label named Big Laugh Music. When me gone, I want people to remember Big Laugh Music. And not really have nothing negative to say, just good music and whatever. You understand? Yeah, so nothing major, just acknowledgement.
Keeping it simple, Big Laugh.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple. It was great to have you, Big Laugh, here on this program, Two Faces of Music. And we are hoping at some point in time we'll probably do another interview with you to maybe for an award of you collecting a Grammy or something.
Big up with that, you know, I'm giving the first award.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to keep an award thing I watch it. But I went, but maybe about 2017 or so, somewhere there. I don't think we originally from Ochi and him father Ochi, live Ochi, meet we and a network and thing. And him acknowledge Wagwan and he give him one award with singing melody them and
With our legend and friends.
yeah.
I remember that.
And you too.
Yeah.
And you know, nature, big up nature, everybody. And him do the right thing. Because him father Ochi and see me work and stand out. Being in Ochi, not even say, I could have moved up and stuff. But I'd rather work with a company from now there, so I'm comfortable. So we go to Kingston and we have to go. So, yeah.
So making strides and making contributions to your community and your regions. Alright. So, as I said, Big Laugh, good to have you right here on the program, Two Faces of Music. Right? So, anybody you want to pick up again?
Big up the people, big up the father God, big up the fans and the people who make everything possible. Big up everybody who support me, big up the team, big up King Cam, big up my mother, big up my family. You know, even when at the initial stage, they kind of support me now and just big up everybody. King Cam again with that. Everybody, exclusive, Zaga, everybody.
Alright, great, great. So there we have it. Big Laugh in studio. So yeah, and for me I just want to big up Wita the Legend, my production manager from Legendary Promotions team. Right? And big up the camera crew, big up our disc jockey over there, see me. Yeah? And just stay tuned, don't change that dial. Because you never know who we're going to have next. Right here on Two Faces of Music.